Happy Monday. I'm coming off a jam-packed weekend and could totally use another day just to relax. And I know I'm not alone, but I've started to be really grateful for these busy weekends because it means my kids are getting out of the house, that we're hopefully making some really fun memories and just really spending time together as a family. But weekends are really when you prep for that week ahead. It's when I do my weekly plan and schedule. I plan our meals. I write out where the kids need to be and when. I come up with my goals for the week and I time block when I'll actually work on them. But when I have a jam-packed weekend, if I don't take the time to figure out when I'll actually do that planning and prepping, then it could have a serious domino effect on how the rest of my week's going to go. And that brings us to today's quote by Jim Rohn: "Either run the day or the day runs you."
Welcome to Mom Wife Career Life's weekly empowering episode of Monday's Motivational Mindset. And you know what that means. It's time to kickstart your week with a boost of inspiration, positivity, and a full lot of motivation. Working moms, I get it. Mondays can be tough. We all know that. But they're also a chance for a fresh start, a new opportunity, and the perfect day to set the tone for a successful week ahead. I'm Carrie Pat, your host and fellow working mom. Every week, I'll be sharing a motivational quote and we'll break it down, share stories, and uncover the wisdom it holds for our unique journey as working moms. So whether you're getting ready for work, making those school lunches, or just enjoying a quiet moment alone, let's dive into this week's dose of motivation. Let's make this Monday count.
Today's quote is "Either run the day or the day runs you" by Jim Rohn. And what does this quote actually mean? Basically, if you don't take control of your time and your actions, then someone else or something else will. For working moms, our days are filled with a ton of responsibilities, both at work and at home. Balancing all those work commitments and family commitments can often leave us feeling very overwhelmed, leaving very little time for ourselves and, most importantly, that self-care that every mom needs. But if you are taking those proactive steps, if you're working on your mindset, if you're implementing all the tips, or at least some of the tips I'm sharing every week, then you can really regain control of your time and take the reins on how your week will go. And it really starts with planning your week. If you're prioritizing your tasks, if you're setting those clear goals and establishing those boundaries, then you will see drastic improvements on how effectively you're able to manage your time and your energy. Instead of reacting to the demands of the day as they arise, if you're taking the time and the proactive approach by planning your schedule, delegating tasks when you need to, and making intentional choices about how you're allocating your time, then you'll create that work-life balance. By running the day rather than letting the day run you, you can really create that space for both your professional and your personal responsibilities, allowing you to pursue those career ambitions you have, while also nurturing your relationships, pursuing your passions, and most importantly, prioritizing your well-being by making time and space for self-care. This approach empowers you to take ownership of your time and what you're doing with that time, which will ultimately lead to greater fulfillment, productivity, and that balance at both work and at home. So this week, mamas, I challenge you to pick one part of your day where you feel you don't have control of your day. Is it the mornings because you're waking up around the same time as your kids and it's constantly dealing with their needs above your own? Or is it the evenings when you're trying to make dinner and get the kids to 3 different places, which, by the way, I have an awesome time and money-saving meal planning guide that is free for all of my listeners. The link to grab your copy is in the show notes. But pick a time of day where you feel like you don't have control and come up with one strategy. And use one of the strategies I've shared in any of the episodes I've released so far that you can implement to get better control. Maybe it's getting up a little earlier so you have some peace and quiet to focus on yourself before the kids get up. Maybe it's meal planning so you're not wasting time and energy and getting that decision fatigue during the week trying to figure out what you're going to feed your kids. Or maybe it's time blocking your workday to get more efficient at work so you can actually end your workday on time. Pick one of those areas and pick one thing you can do to improve and commit to making those small changes this week. And head on over to our Facebook page, Work-Life Balance for Working Moms, and tell us what your plan is so we can help keep you accountable. The link is in the show notes. I'll also add links to some of the episodes that can help you with this week's challenge. So check out those show notes. Sending you so much love and light until next time on Mom Wife Career Life with Carrie Pat.
Before you go, if you found this podcast helpful, I would be so grateful if you would take a minute, go on over to iTunes, and leave me a review. If you have other stressed out mamas in your life that you feel this podcast could help, take a screenshot of this episode, post it in your Instagram stories and tag me, and let them know that they are not alone and they can create balance in their life too. If there's a topic you'd like me to cover or you just want to connect, DM me on Instagram at mom.wife.career.life or come on over and hang out with us in our Facebook community. Sending you so much love and light until next time on Mom Wife Career Life with Carrie Pat.